Hello. Throughout my school years, all the way from age 5 to 16, I walked to school. No 4x4 dropping me off at the school gates. Even the term school run hadn't been coined yet. Consequently, my walks to school often turned into adventures all of their own. However, today I just wish to share one anecdote of arguably one of my most embarrassing moments as a schoolboy, and there were a few. In my first year at high school, aged about 11, I had the daily task of a half-hour walk to and from my school in Openshaw from Clayton. Neither were the most salubrious of areas. Depending on the day, sometimes I would have a couple of mates for company, or occasionally I would walk all on my own. I was small for my age, I still am, but this didn't prevent me from carrying my school bags in a large Adidas bag. My spindly arms would struggle with the weight, and by the time I reached the school gates, I would give the appearance of having been dragged through a hedge backwards. My appearance hasn't changed, hence the cap. One particular winter's day, there was a huge storm blowing through Manchester, and as I left school that day, I had to make the arduous walk home all alone. If we had violins now, in this clip they would be playing in the background. The wind was a strong gale force. It was literally taking my breath away. I staggered along with all my homework in a homework-laden bag. My route home took me over a canal bridge, and as I approached it on this late afternoon, the wind picked up even more speed. At the same time, I could hear a group of around 5 or 6 girls from my school walking behind me. I glanced behind. They were older than me, maybe 4th or 5th years, as it was called then, and that's 15 or 16 years old. At this point, it's worth noting at this age I wasn't the most confident of boys. I'm still not. And my 11 years old self-esteem was not the highest. Anyway, as I crossed the canal bridge, a huge gust of wind hit me side on and literally blew me right off my feet. I crashed into the side of the bridge, the side wall of the bridge, still gripping onto my bag. As I hit the ground, the bag landed on top of me, leaving my sparrow-like legs sticking out underneath the bag. Despite the ferocity of the wind, I could now hear the hysterical giggling of the aforementioned girls, who had caught up with me and were now standing over me, laughing and pointing at my perilous situation. Not one of them helped pull the bag off me. I will pause a moment here to allow you, the viewer, to reach for the tissues. I hope you're using them for crying for me, not laughing at me, by the way. I managed to wriggle free of my bag and unsteadily got to my feet. The girls stood around me and making remarks like, "Hey kid, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen," and "Aw, look at the size of him. If we blow on him, he might fall over again. Ha 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 ha." They continued their journey, still laughing uncontrollably. So I stood my ground for a minute or two to count my bruises and compose myself. I reached home with a feeling of total humiliation. The humiliation didn't quite end there either, as in the course of the next few months, if any of those girls saw me, they would shout over, "Hey you! You're that little fart that blew over in the wind, aren't you?" and other such remarks. It didn't mentally scar me for life. Honest. Thank you for your sympathy, and goodbye. Goodbye.